All right, this is the final part, guys. Yeah, so I think Peter, what do you think of all these guys? Yeah, I think they're all good for the role. You know what I'm saying? I think all your options that you have, like Vigo, you know what I'm saying, the announcer guy, Carl Urban, Zoe King, and the actor from Some of Them. I think they're all. I think I can see them all as these characters. They're good for the role. Yeah, they're all good for the role. I know what I'm doing. I have a creative mind, man. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I can see them all these characters, Ivan. Yeah, because I'm fucking creative. I know what I'm doing, man. And that's why Zayn should be the best story ever told of Most Adventure, man. Better than even Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings by a slim margin. Lord of the Rings is a masterpiece, but the movie had some problems, man. You had messy CGI, and you had the only problem I have with Lord of the Rings is the CGI, man. The CGI. You had some problems in Return of the King and Two Towers, and you had some bad editing too. Some bad editing in Two Towers, obviously, in some sections. Two Towers, you can argue, has the slowest pacing of the three movies. I think it's the best, obviously, but you had the Lars appearing out of nowhere, and you had that scene where you had like 100 men left, and the next scene you see 10 men left. What the fuck happened to those men? Oh, even they died. Okay, well, show us how they died. Don't tell us how they died. Show us how they died. That's bad editing, obviously. It looks very bad, you know. The reason why you got that is because New Line paid the crewmen shitty money and they put pressure on the special effects team. It, Rule number one: never put pressure on your fucking special effects team, man. They're the heart and soul of your movie. They're the ones putting the finishing touches on your movie. Your special effects team are like the heart and soul of your movie, man. Your special effects team and your cinematographers pretty much are the heart and soul of your movie. They're the ones who put the finishing touches on your movie. They're the ones who are responsible for your special effects. Don't put pressure on them and feed them well with a nice buffet. Don't feed them shittier food. And don't put pressure on the men. If you do that, the chances are they're going to slack off with some scenes. They'll work hard for you, obviously, but you're going to catch cheesy scenes in your movie. Guaranteed, man. There's a reason why you got those Laras appearing out of nowhere. The special effects team slacked off, obviously, yeah. Yeah, fuck it. We'll just have... I don't care. Let's just have the Orc army march towards Helm's Deep. They don't have any Lars, and when they approach the wall, we'll have 10 Lars appear out of the air. That's a plot hole, man. Yeah, you got that in Lord of the Rings because what? Why the Digitals are not working as hard for Peter because New Line paid them their shitty money and they put pressure on them, obviously. Hence why they're going to slack off a little bit more in some scenes. You see what I'm saying? Whereas for my movie, you're not going to get Lars appearing out of nowhere. No, because they're going to work harder for me because I paid them all their nice, rich $170,000 salary. It's a rich paycheck for an average person. In Hollywood, they make 60, 50, 40K in Hollywood. And I'm paying them a nice $1,000, a nice 100 grand in their bank. I'm feeding them a luxurious buffet, and I'm giving them once-on parties. They're going to work harder for me, obviously. And they're going to work harder for Peter. Because I paid them more money. People like, I don't have to worry about my old company slacking off. You pay them the rich salary. Yes, I pay them the rich salary. They're all going to work harder for you, Peter. For your movie. Because Xanax will be Peter's baby pretty much. Peter, Xanax is your fucking... It's my movie, obviously, but it's your movie too. You're the boss on my movie. It's your fucking baby, Peter. Treat it like your baby. I don't worry about it. I'll work hard for you the way I work for Lord of the Rings. Fuck Hollywood. Hollywood's dirty as fuck, yeah. He'll work harder for me, obviously. Peter Jackson will work harder for me, obviously. Because Peter Jackson will obviously watch post-production with me and Vijay. You know, Ivan, when I'm done the world tour, I want to watch the rest of post-production with you. Yeah, Peter, you're more than welcome to come. But if you want to watch post-production, I'm not going to have you stay in the suite. You're going to be sleeping in a trailer for a couple months. I don't mind. As long as you rent a good trailer. Yeah, I'll rent a brand new trailer for you. But I'm not going to have you stay in a fucking suite for the 3 months. No. I need to save money. I'm going to have you sleep in a trailer for post-production. I'll have the building built on my land, obviously. I'm going to have an area where I can have storage, where I can store all the trailers for all the special effects team to sleep, and I'll have portable showers for them and take a shower outside. I'll have portable showers. If you have 40 team of people, you only need to rent a good 6 showers. Rent a good 6 showers. That's enough. 6 portable showers for all of them to take a shower, and I'll have body wash for them and a nice shampoo and body wash for them to take a shower, obviously. That way they work harder for you. Don't have them work and have some cheap rinsing system when they smell like balls on set. Smell like balls, no. Make sure that you have a proper hygiene system. Make sure you have portable showers for your what? For your special effects team when they're working on in your land and your property, obviously. Because I'll have a huge acre of land, I'll have enough room to have park all the trailers. I'll rent brand new trailers with a sink, everything for them to sleep. You know what I'm saying? I'll have portable showers for them to take a shower outside. Outside, obviously. And in the wintertime, what I can do for them, when the showers are outside, I'll have heaters. I'll have my team make calls for heaters to keep them warm when they go outside and take a shower and stuff, right? Yeah. You can do that for them. Obviously. It's probably going to take a good 8 months to edit the 3 volumes of Zanus. I'm going to ask some guys, be honest with me, how long will it take for you to edit the 3 volumes of Zanus, the three files? How long will it take for you to edit the 3 footages? Be honest. I don't even mind waiting 9 months. Just be honest with me. I don't want to rush you guys. I want my movie to be good. I don't want to rush you guys. I don't want to pressure you guys. How long will it take for you? It'll take us 8 months. Are you sure? If you need 10 months, tell me. I'll give you 10 months. Oh, Ivan, we can get it done in 8 months. As long, you know what I'm saying? If we work 7 days a week, we can get it done in 8 months, Ivan. Okay, fine. 8 months. I'm trusting you guys. You're gonna get this done in 8 months. I'll have my team let Bridge Rock Resort know, and I'll host the red carpet event, 2-day luxury hotel party event, two weeks later, after the 8 months. And you call Bridge Rock Resort and you let them know. That way they can prepare for the party and the red carpet, obviously. And because I didn't put pressure on them, they're not going to be stressed out. They're going to work hard. They can take their time. Okay, Ivan gave us 8 months. We told Ivan we get it done in 8 months. They're not stressed out. Whereas if we tell them you want it done in 4 months, they're going to be stressed out because they're not stressed out. And chances are they might slack off in some scenes. That's why do not put pressure on your special effects team. Never do that, man. Otherwise, they're going to be stressed out and they might slack off in some scenes. They might be rushed. They might rush some of the special effects, and you might get some cheesy quality in your movie. Like you got for Lord of the Rings, you got the Lars appearing out of nowhere. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Obviously. I don't have to worry about the crewmen in Lord of the Rings quitting on me. Because I paid them the rich $150,000, and I believe most of the Lord of the Rings crewmen live in New Zealand. They're from Peter Jackson's homeland, obviously. I hope I believe most of the Lord of the Rings crewmen live in New Zealand. And if they live in New Zealand, they're gonna make their 100,000 plus after taxes, man. Even more than 100. Because New Zealand, 150 grand in Canadian money is 170 grand. $175,000 in New Zealand money. And they're going to make their $7,000, $8,000 after taxes, man. The fat check in the bank, they're going to work hard. I don't have to worry about the lighting crewmen quitting on me. Peter Jackson like, yeah, Ivan, some of the Lord of the Rings crewmen, when I worked on Lord of the Rings, they quit on me, man. Because Hollywood paid, they got their shitty money. They did their blood, sweat, and tears for peanuts. Yeah, for minimum wage salary, man. Because in Hollywood, when they pay the crewmen $35K, it's for the contract of the whole movie. It's pretty much like minimum wage job. It's shitty money, man. Feed your family for maybe 3-4 months and that's it. Whereas if you pay them $150K, that's a 9-to-5 job salary contract. They're gonna work hard for you, man. It's a rich salary, man. I don't have to. Yo, Ivan. Even though we're doing blood, sweat, and tears, Ivan's paying us a nice salary. We're getting our nice $2,000 paycheck every month, every 2 weeks. It's a nice paycheck. They're gonna work hard for me. $1,800, $1,900, $2,000 check every 2 weeks. They're gonna work hard for me, obviously. When they get their $100K, they're getting a nice $2,000 check every 2 weeks. Around there, right? $2,000, $2,100 check every 2 weeks. And the fourth year, they're getting a nice $1,400 check every 2 weeks. They're going to work hard. They get their 50 grand, they're going to work hard, obviously. That's a nice paycheck, obviously. Do good things with that money. Feed your family for a year and a half, go on a 1 week vacation, buy your nice theaters, your nice TV. They also know they're going to get the $2,000 gift card. They're going to work hard for me, obviously. Yeah, I don't have to worry about any of the crewmen quitting on me because they're all getting a nice salary. They know they're gonna strike it rich for an average person. Whereas for Lord of the Rings, they made their shitty 30 grand, and they still worked hard. But they're not going to work as hard because they got shittier money. The fact that some of the crewmen quit, that's how you know the money wasn't worth the labor and the labor wasn't worth the money. And I'm going to say this, Hollywood. If you can't afford to pay the crewmen a rich salary, at least feed them luxury food. Don't feed them shittier food like spaghetti and chili and all stuff. No. Feed them a luxurious buffet like hamburger sliders, crispy fries with gravy, nice thin crust pizzas, a couple options with your garlic sauce, nice ribs, nice wings, fried rice, teriyaki meats, pork, chicken, beef. You know what I'm saying? Feed them nice stuff like that. They're going to work hard for Lord of the Rings crew. They're going to work hard for you. Obviously. And that's why Zanes will guarantee to be a better movie than Lord of the Rings. Obviously, because everyone will work double harder for me than what they did for Lord of the Rings. Yeah, don't worry, Ivan. I'm going to work double harder for you than I fucking did for New Line. New Line's fucking cheap. They pay us like fucking $30K. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're giving me a $2,000 gift card. You're spoiling luxury buffet. I'm going to work hard, double harder for you, Ivan. Don't worry about it, Ivan. We're going to make the crew might even tell me, okay, guys, Ivan took $400 of his own money to pay us a rich $20,000 salary. Let's work double harder for him than one you did for Lord of the Rings. Let's make the best movie we can possible. Let's work double harder for him than one you did for New Line. Because Ivan paid us more money. Ivan sacrificed $400 of his money to pay us a rich fucking $1,000, a rich six-figure salary. Let's work our ass for him, and they're all going to work hard for me. And I'm feeding a luxury buffet, nice for breakfast, dinner, and dessert, nice coffee, nice French vanilla, nice milkshake, nice Coke. You know what I'm saying? French vanilla, Mountain Dew, Orange Crush. They're going to work harder for me, obviously. Nice cheesecake for dessert. Apple pie, apple crisp, strawberry pie, apple pie, blueberry pie, ice cream. Yeah, they're gonna work hard for me, obviously. The Lord of the Rings crewmen are going to work harder for me. Hence why once filming's done, they're gonna beg, obviously. Ivan, can I work on your next movie? I'm like, no, guys, you're not good for the Gray Escape movie. I'm only hiring for the Gray Escape. I'm gonna hire the crewmen who worked on James Bond and John Wick to work for my movie. I'll hire a good 700 crewmen to work on the Gray Escape. I can have people who worked on John Wick and James Bond to work on my Gray Escape movie. And then for Very Unique, I'll hire the ones who worked on Twilight. The first one. It doesn't matter which one. I'll hire the crewmen who worked on Twilight. For Very Unique, I only need a good like 250, 300 crewmen for that. 250 crewmen around there, I mean. 260, 270 crewmen for Very Unique. It's a smaller project. Whereas for Zane's looking at like thousands of crewmen, like 1,500 crewmen. And if I end up needing 2,000 crewmen, I'm going to have to cut the crewman's paycheck in half to 80 grand around there. 75, 80 grand. I have to cut it in half. Peter is 1,500 enough. Ivan, 1,500 is enough. We just have to give the crew more time to work on the sets. Yeah, 1,500 crewmen is more than enough. And what I want to pay the crewman $1,000. Is 15 what? Is 50 grand? Yeah, 50 grand's enough. 1,500 is enough. 1,500 crewmen is more than enough, Ivan. You know what I'm saying? 1,500 crewmen is more than enough. Obviously. And that's why the Lord of the Rings crewmen are going to beg their asses off. Because they were what? They were saved, obviously. And they know they're never going to make this money in Hollywood. Yeah, we know if we go back to Hollywood, they might just, Ivan, please, man, can I work on your next movie, man? Please, man, your company's so much better in Hollywood, man. You pay him a nice, like, $150,000 salary. I got, like, a nice $100,000 on my check my back. I feed my family for, like, a good year and a half, Ivan. With Hollywood, if I go back to Hollywood, I'm going to go back to making that shitty $35,000 and getting served that shittier food. Yeah, they know they're not going to... Hollywood will not host a two-day luxury hotel party for the crewmen, no. In Hollywood, they have parties for the actors, but they don't have parties for the crewmen. Whereas everyone's VIP booked for all the actors and the crewmen, man. VIP, like a 2-day crazy party for all the Lord of the Rings crewmen, yeah. And that's why Lord of the Rings crewmen are going to beg their asses off. You know what I'm saying? And that's why Ariana Grande made that Thank You Next song. There's some symbolism because all these people, no offense, all these people who work for my movie are going to feel a bit used. It's like, yeah, Ivan hires us. You know what I'm saying? Him and Vijay are taking all that money, all that moolah, obviously, and they're going to move on to the next movie, and we're all left behind. We're going to go back to Hollywood. Yeah, they feel a bit used. That's why you got that Thank You Next song by Ariana Grande. It's actually funny, you know what I'm saying? Okay, thank you next, and you feel a bit used, obviously. I'm not using them, obviously. Like I pay, look, guys. I'm not using you. Yeah. Even though I even pay us a lot of money, Ivan. Like you and VJ made your tens of billions. You're the main fucking show. We're gonna go back to Hollywood being left behind, being the side attention. You're moving on to your next movie. We want to be saved, Ivan. We want to be part of your movie. They feel a bit used, obviously. And that's why they're gonna all the actors and crewmen are gonna beg, man. You're gonna see the Lord of the Rings crewmen begging, man. Ivan, please, man. Can I be in your next movie, please, man? Because they know I can pay them the rich $20,000. My guys. You're not good for the Grayscape movie. You're not good at all. You're perfect for saying this, but you're not good for the Grayscape movie, man. I'm not hiring people who did a fantasy movie to work on fucking the Grayscape. No. I'm going to hire the people who worked on James Bond. Because for the Grayscape, you're going to have car chases, gunfighting scenes, fighting scenes, all stuff. People who worked on John Wick and James Bond are perfect for that kind of movie. Whereas you guys are not good for that kind of movie, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to hire What Workshop, and What Digital for fucking James Bond. No. I'm going to hire the crewmen who worked on James Bond to work on The Great Escape. So all the crewmen who work on my movies are contractors. They're all contractors, you know what I'm saying? They're contractors. They're all contractors. See what I'm saying? And I'm only hiring Hollywood crewmen. C-listers are out. I'm not hiring you guys, man. I'm only hiring the best of the best. If you want to get a better movie, you got to hire the best of the best. C-list crewmen are out. I'm not hiring crewmen who worked in fucking independent movies. No. I'm hiring crewmen who worked in Hollywood. See what I'm saying? Crewmen who worked in Hollywood. That's why I'm going to be very strict. Guys, only put out... Say I want the crewmen who worked on Lord of the Rings. And they'll find me, obviously. And then they're gonna send in... They don't even have to send their resumes. All they have to do is just what? Accept my invite, obviously, and then my secretaries will call all the Lord of the Rings crewmen back. And I'm going to fly them into some of them in the first year and the second year, obviously. Fly in a good 1,500, hire a good 1,500 of them to work for my movie. That's why Zane's will be better than Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings, guaranteed by a slim margin. Because everyone will work harder for me than they even did for Lord of the Rings. Because they're going to work harder. Peter will work harder for me, and the Lord of the Rings crew will work harder for me. That's why, and the actors work hard for me. That's why you'll get a better movie. Everyone in the crew, even the first unit director, second unit director, I'm going to pay those guys, and that's like $200K. The first unit director and second unit director are very important. Pay the supervisors, their $200K, and all their assistants, you pay them a nice $20,000. They're going to work hard for me. As in Hollywood, they make like 50, 60K, the first unit director, second unit director. They're going to be assisting Peter with the battle sequences, the gatherings, yeah. You also have Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni helping out Guillermo del Toro and Peter Jackson. Everyone's going to work hard for me. If you think Jon and Dave Filoni work hard in Mandalorian, they're going to work double harder for me because they know they're going to strike a rich with the royalties. Jon knows who'll make is like $100 million in royalties for Zanus, and Dave Filoni knows who'll make like $45, $50 million in royalties. They'll work hard, and they'll work harder for me. And that's why I'll get a better movie than even Peter Jackson or the Rings by a slim margin. You know what I'm saying? Because everyone will work double harder for me, man. Because I paid them all a lot of money. They're going to work harder for me. See what I'm saying? They're all going to work harder for me. Because I what? They're going to work harder for me because I what? Because I paid everyone money. Money talks, man. The more money you pay the crewmen and the actors and directors, the harder they'll work for you. The less money you pay, they'll still work hard for you, but the less hard they work for you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Think about this. Lord of the Rings actors got their shitty money and they still work their asses off. You got unheard of acting from those actors. You can only imagine how much harder these actors are going to work for me. Because they're getting their millions. They're going to pour their heart and soul. They're going to work so hard, they're going to lose themselves in character. Like, that's how hard they're going to work. Like, you're looking at Oscar-level worthy performances. Because they're getting their millions, man. They know, you know what I'm saying? I save their asses. I'm spoiling them with 3 beers, luxury buffet. You know what I'm saying? They're getting their rich bi-weekly check. They know they're going to strike you rich with the royalties. They're going to make millions off the royalties. They're going to work hard for me. $2,000 gift card, $300 gas card. They're going to work hard for me, obviously. They're going to work hard for me. That's why I'll guarantee get a better movie than Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings by a slim margin. The special effects team will work harder for me. I don't have to worry about Lars appearing out of nowhere and cheesy editing. like you got for fucking Two Towers. The orcs breach Helm's Deep. You retreat. You see 100 men left, and the next scene there's 10 men left. What the fuck happened to all those men? I saw the men going up the stairs, and the next scene you see 10 men left. What the fuck happened? Why haven't they died? Well, how did they die? I saw the men going up the fucking stairs, and all of a sudden they just all died like that. Like, what happened? We don't know what happened. They just died. Yeah, it's a little plot hole in the story. Hence why if you don't want cheesy quality like that for your movie, pay your special effects team, pay Weta Digital, some of the crewmen who are working for Weta Digital a lot of money. That way they work harder for you. And don't forget, I gave Weta Digital an unlimited budget for special effects. Hence, they're going to have that smile on their face too. As every special effects team's dream is to have an unlimited budget for movies, obviously, but that doesn't work like that. In Hollywood, they all have limited budgets. Yes, they have big budget in Hollywood, but it's still limited. There's certain scenes where the special effects team are limited in what they can do with the characters and the fighting sequences. You know what I'm saying? And the look of the characters, yeah. Whereas for my movie, I'm putting out, $420 million towards special effects. You can only imagine how much harder these you're going to see the special effects team and Weta Digital. They're going to have that smile on their face. They're going to have that smile on their face. Weta Digital. They're going to have that smile on their face. Weta Digital, obviously. You know what I'm saying? And because what? Because I gave them only, but we're gonna do this for Aratat, the Wolves. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're gonna put all this money towards the horror of all the demonic characters. You know what I'm saying? The Eagles. You know what I'm saying? The Crows, the world building, pouring all that money towards it. Obviously, the action sequences. Yeah, the war. You know what I'm saying? So for the war, I'm going to hire thousands of extras, obviously, and the special effects team are going to apply the special effects towards those real human characters. And that's why we're looking at a better war than what you even got for Helm's Deep. Because for Helm's Deep, they only had a couple hundred extras. Remember that scene when the orcs were approaching the wall and you saw those orcs? What they did was they took all the couple hundred extras and they applied the special effects towards those couple hundred extras. And it looked like there was 1,000 orc high, obviously. Well, imagine having real people wearing the masks and stuff, and they apply the special effects towards all those real people. You're looking at something unheard of for the war. Peter Johnson, yeah, I don't have to. Peter, yeah, I don't have to worry about relying on the computer-generated software effects for the war for the army. Obviously, you know what I'm saying. You have what actual extras for the army. All we have to do is just apply the CGI technology towards the army. Yeah, you're looking at something unheard of for the movie. A better war than even Helm's Deep. Yeah, man. Better war than Return of the King's battle sequences. Return of the King's battle sequences were pretty good, obviously, but the Helm's Deep takes the crown. Helm's Deep is the best battle in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. A lot of people like the Rohan War in the third movie, but it's not the best battle. The best battle is Helm's Deep, hands down. The speech and charge is better. That speech that King Theoden gave, Return of the King, and that charge was that beautiful music. That was beautiful, obviously. It's very cinematic, legendary cinematic. But the war was just them running over the orcs with their horses. It was like a 2-minute war, and then you see the humans of Mordor. They help the orcs, and they're on the elephants. The war wasn't that great compared to what? Compared to the Helm's Deep battle. The Helm's Deep battle was better than that, man. I saw Two Towers a couple of days ago. The Helm's Deep is by far the best battle in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I'm pretty sure Peter Jackson agrees. Yeah, I like Helm's Deep the best. Yes, Helm's Deep is a fucking legendary battle, man. Helm's Deep is probably the best war in movie history. The war in Gladiator was pretty good, but I think Helm's Deep takes the edge. 300 had a pretty good war, but it wasn't as good as Helm's Deep. You know what I'm saying? Kingdom of Heaven had a pretty good war, but it wasn't as good as Helm's Deep. Helm's Deep was a fucking epic war, man. It was a legendary war. It was a sick war, man. Well, think of something better than Helm's Deep. Yeah, man. Because I poured so much money towards special effects, obviously. You're looking at even good fighting with the extras in the background. Okay, guys, for the war, Peter, tell the special effects team, tell them for the war, I want you putting a little bit of money towards the background fighting. That way it doesn't look cheesy. Because for Narnia, you had that cheesy fighting in the background with the extras, and you also had a little bit of cheesy fighting in the background in fucking Lord of the Rings for Helm's Deep. I want some pretty good fighting with the extras. That's why I want the extras to do like a good 3 weeks of training. Obviously, I'm gonna tell my team. I'm gonna tell the people who are seeing the extras, guys. I recommend when you get your money, when you get your $40 a day for the training, I recommend you go to the store or go on Amazon, order like a plastic staff, and that way you can practice training. And I'll have them do I'll have video tutorials. Have the stuntmen make video tutorials, and they send all the extras of video file on email, and they can practice at home. That way you get pretty good fighting with the action. I know what I'm doing. You do that way you get pretty good coordinated fighting. It doesn't have to be perfect fighting, because the background actors are not the main show. The actors are. Me and the actors are the main show, but I want some pretty good fighting in the background. The way the movie doesn't look cheesy. Because in movies, what they do is they focus on they put all the special effects towards the main actors fighting the characters, and then I recommend you do this experiment. Watch Two Towers and see the background fighting. You notice some cheesy fighting in the background. Why? Because they don't put special effects towards the background fighting, and the actors got very little to no training. That's why I want the actors training for a good 3 weeks in Switzerland, the third year. Hire a good 3 stuntmen, pay them a nice $150,000 to train the actors for 3 weeks. Just minor training, do 3 weeks of training. I can't do 1 year training. That's crazy. No, it's going to affect my budget. Do a good 3 weeks of training. Pay the actors a nice $40 a day to train. Train all the 15,000 extras who signed up for the Zane Army, the 25,000 wolves who signed up for the Wolf Army, the 1,000 bats, Cornelius's 700 blacksmiths. Train all those guys in sword fighting, obviously. And for the archers, I'm going to put on that. I need 2,500 archers who know how to use a bow and arrow, and I'll find them. You just guarantee. Switzerland has millions of people. I will find 25,000 people, 2,500 people who know how to use a bow and arrow for the war. Then we get a good movie. See what I'm saying? Hence why my Zanes will be better than Peter Jackson Rings guaranteed. Peter Jackson told me, Ivan, I'm saying, I read your book, man. If you put all this money towards special effects for world building, actors seeing as a horror of the wolves, Eraten them are devils, and you pay these actors a rich millions, you pay me more money, you pay Guillermo Toro's good millions, you pay your 17 the rich salary, obviously. You know what I'm saying? You pay the Lord of the Rings crewmen their rich fucking salary. They're all going to work double hard for you. I can't see Lord of the Rings beating this. Yeah. Zanis will take out Lord of the Rings by a slim margin. Obviously. It'll take it out by a slim margin, obviously. Because it's a better story than Lord of the Rings. What I'm going to keep saying is, the Lord of the Rings movie will probably have richer speech and richer world building, obviously. But my movie will have the better story. Because Zanis is a more powerful story than Lord of the Rings. But Lord of the Rings has a richer world building and it has a richer speech. So I'm going to keep saying this, world. When you read my book, obviously, Lord of the Rings, you'll notice how Lord of the Rings has better world building and it has better speech. More lands, more races, richer dialogue and speech in my book. My book has a richer story. Ivan's story is a lot more interesting than Lord of the Rings, but Lord of the Rings has a richer world building and a richer speech. Yes. So if you read my book and you're shocked, Lord of the Rings has richer speech, has richer world building. Yes, Lord of the Rings has richer speech. I'm telling you in advance. And it has richer dialogue, but my book has a richer story. My book has very rich dialogue, but it's not as rich as Lord of the Rings, man. Lord of the Rings is on another level. You have, ere the sun rises, shores how we splinter. It's fucking rich speech. Whereas my book has rich speech, but it's not as rich as Lord of the Rings. J.R.R. Tolkien's a fucking genius. His speech is unheard of, man. It's fucking rich. Very, very rich speech. My speech is rich, but it's not as rich as Lord of the Rings. My world building is not as rich as Lord of the Rings. And there's a lot more lands and locations in Lord of the Rings in my book, and there's a lot more races. For my movie, all you have is the humans, the wolves, and the bats. Whereas Lord of the Rings, you have dwarves, you have elves, you have wizards, you have hobbits, you have men, you have orcs, you have Orc-hai, you have the ring race. You know what I'm saying? You have all these different races. You have the eagles, you have 10, 12 races, something crazy, man. You even have races within the races. You know what I'm saying? You have the men who are normal, and you have the other ones who are Dunedain, who can live for long, who can live for longer, like Aragorn, obviously. You know what I'm saying? You have the different races of elves, you have the different races of hobbits, the Harfoots, and all them. Yeah. It's richer world building, richer speech, but the story is not as rich. It's just about Frodo destroying the One Ring to defeat Sauron. My book has a richer story. Ataki's in agony, he's fighting the devil himself. He's the last hope for Zanis. Yeah. It's a better story than Lord of the Rings. That's why Zanis beat out Lord of the Rings by a slim margin. Don't hate Peter Jackson. Zanis will beat out Lord of the Rings by a slim margin. Anyways, if this video, stay tuned. I'll make another video probably in the evening today. This is Ivan O'Mara. I'm signing out. Peace.